Hi there, this is Two Legs Better, and in this episode of Badminton Academy, I'm going to talk about the movement in singles. This is a very subtle thing, so hopefully I can explain it to you what that is. I think if you, I'm going to show you clips from a few of the top players, and you will see how they move, and then maybe you can get some ideas here. All right, the first one I want to show you is actually, let me show you Akane Yamaguchi. Okay, so this is let's see.
Service over. 4.
Lovely disguise for the Japanese.
See a lot trapping there on Yamaguchi's right calf.
All right, this is the angle. All right, I want you to pay attention to the movement. Now, when you play badminton, you have to remember you need to have a ready position. Almost all coaches will tell you the ready position is if you are a right-handed player, so your right foot would be slightly in front of your left. So, okay, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so you have a right foot slightly in front of your left, and look at her. Look at that. That's Nguyen, and she's a Vietnamese player. You see, a right foot slightly in front of the left, but what I don't like is it's too wide. It's too wide spread. When you are so wide, it's very hard to move backward. In this case, she's basically expecting the shuttle to go forward, which is okay if the shuttle goes forward, but it's kind of not like recommended. But generally, that's the case, is your right foot slightly in front of your left foot, and then your center of gravity need to go low, then you can bounce back up. Now, the trick is here. When you go low and when you go back up. And let's take a quick look at I want you to pay attention to Yamaguchi, okay? Okay, look at Yamaguchi. Now, currently you see the feet is like this, right? One in front, one at the back is pretty big. So what it means is that when you really play a game, you can't always set your foot the same way. You can't always go to your perfect position there. And it also depends on the place on the court, right? So the key is you have to find a comfortable position for yourself, a comfortable placement of the feet and center of gravity and everything. Now, that is still not the point I'm trying to make, because that tend to vary, depends on the height and the quickness, the weight and everything. That's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the little hop. The little hop when you receive when you try to chase the shuttle. Now, the thing about this is when you see your opponent raise the racket to get to the shuttle, before they hit the shuttle, you shouldn't do anything. You can get ready, you can lower your center of gravity, but you shouldn't do anything, because now if you move, you think they are going to put it somewhere, you move. When you play against great players at this level, you're going to get burned, because the shuttle is going to come to the opposite. Now, but the thing is, for these players, they have a little hop. The little hop to adjust their body position, the feet position, and help them to guide the center of gravity towards where they are going. So let's take a couple of shots and see what Yamaguchi did here, okay?
Challenge it.
So that's definitely worth challenging.
Yeah.
Very close.
Well, not very close to it, so she had a great view.
That's a challenge.
I like it.
Challenge.
Okay,
5-4.
it wasn't a long rally, so you can see. Okay, did you see that? Okay, let's look at that again. Okay, now this punch, see the feet, see Yamaguchi's feet. There is a little hop. The little hop adjusted the position, and then she goes there. This is the thing about Yamaguchi is that she's short, so she can do overhead. The shuttle flies over her head. That's fine. She can move there because she's short. She doesn't have to hit it high. If it's a taller player, it may not work the same way. But notice that little hop. Okay, some coach will tell you to do the little hop. You see that? You see that little hop? You see that little hop? That's right at the time when the opponent hits the shuttle. He did a little hop and gets down and then goes to the shuttle. Okay. You see that little hop again? Okay. This is what I want to show you here. I hope you notice. If you don't, just replay it and hopefully you'll see it. Okay. So that's the little hop. That happens is so when you see your opponent hitting the shuttle, at the same time you do the little hop. Well, and also remember, she is one of the top players in the world. Okay, she has been #1 for a number of years, and I think she won world championship as well. So she has been at the top. So you can be at the top with this type of movement, this type of footwork, right? Now let's look at An Se-young. That's the current female #1. She has the potential to be the GOAT, like the female version of Lin Dan, And let's see what she does. And she is actually against the male player. So let's look at what she does. Did you see that little hop? Did you see that little hop? She used that little hop. Okay, let's see. All right, you see the little hop. Now the feet is not set. She used that little hop to adjust the feet. You see, when she landed, the feet is right foot slightly in front of the left one, right? That's one. Let's take another look, see if you can notice that. Remember the timing. The timing is when your opponent's shuttle racket hits the shuttle, not before. Not too much before. You see that? Because that's the time when they hit the shuttle. That's the only time you know where the shuttle is going. And in singles play, you have to chase the shuttle. You see that again? So when Momota just raised the racket to hit the shuttle, and she was ready, and right at the moment of the hitting, she had a little hop. The hop basically kind of it depends on the timing. It's slightly after the hit actually. So I think the players use that to adjust the body position and to change the center of gravity to go to the shuttle, to go to where it is. So let's take another look. And do you see that Kento Momota does the same thing? He does the same thing, but he's not the focus here. So now I showed you two of the top female players. They both do that. Let's take a look at male players. Okay, that's Kulevut Witsan, and this is the game between him and Lanier, Lanier from France. By the way, French, they have several very good players recently. So let's take a look at them. Okay, pay attention to him. To Kulevut, the one in black jersey. Okay, can you still see the little hop? Can you still see the little hop? The hop means that your both feet basically leave the ground and then go back in, because that way you can adjust, right? Can you see that? Do you see that? The little hop, that's barely there. If you compare to the female players, it's barely there, okay? And also remember, this is also one of the top players. He won the silver medal in the last Olympics, okay? And so that's one of the top male players. Now, I want you to look at Lin Dan. Okay, let's see Lin Dan's footwork. Okay, does he have that hop? Do you see that hop? A couple of rallies, a couple of shots. When Li Chongwei played the shots, he would do the hop, right? You can still see that, but not all the time. I would say about 70% of the time he doesn't really do the hop. He just goes down and then just go to where it is. I think part of that is because of his expectation usually is confirmed, so his prediction of where the shuttle is going is just a second to none. So he doesn't need to adjust. He only do that when he needs to adjust, when his original judgment is wrong. So he has to move to a different position. So let's take another couple of shots and see what happens. You see that little hop? You see that little hop? But the little hop, it didn't really leave ground too much. There was no hop there, right? No hop in the that one, and no hop there, right? And there was a little hop there, but the hop, it was more like a fake. You know, it's almost like a hop try to pretend, well, to get ready to go to pounce on the net, so that Li Chongwei has to put it behind him. No hop there. You see that? So this is what I mean. But now, what's the difference between hop and no hop? Okay, when you have a hop, you waste your time, because then you are adjusting your body. You change your directions. You go to a different location, and that wastes precious time. Maybe 1/10 a second, maybe even shorter than that. I don't have a specific measure of that, but that take away your time. If you do that very often, then it takes more of your time. And Kunlevut, Witson, he does that quite regularly, but not as much as many other players, even like Alex Lanier. So I would encourage you to pay attention to them, to the players, see when they have the hop, when they don't have the hop. Normally, I would say you need to hop if you made a wrong judgment. So, and what I try to teach when I try to coach, I tell my players, when you see the racket up, and before it hits the racket, your body goes down, so your center of gravity goes down. Now you get ready for the next position, but don't commit. Only commit after you see the racket hits the shuttle. You know where the shuttle is going. Then you commit to that position. It's easier said than done, clearly, right? Because it's just that nobody is going to make it that easy for you. So now I think this is interesting talk, right? It's so my point is, if you can stop yourself from doing the hop, or if the hop is not necessary, don't do it. And don't make it a habit to do it every time. And that's really a bad habit. And let's take a look at Li Chongwei. Li Chongwei is, in my book, he's the all-time number 2. maybe close to, he's closer to Lin Dan than anybody else. They are above everybody else. So now let's see if he does that. Clear did that there, right? You see that little hop? You see the little hop? So the little hop, the reason he did that little hop is because he was moving forward. He was moving forward, he needs to go back, so he used that little hop to stop his momentum and move backward. And I would say that's a necessary hop. Everybody would do that. And Lin Dan didn't do the hop, and he didn't get this shadow either, so maybe, yeah. Okay, Lin Dan did a little hop, half hop, I would say. It's because he was moving, moving forward and then you go backward. Let's see Li Chongwei. There was a hop. There was no hop there, and there was no hop there. No hop here. There's a hop there. No hop here. No hop there. There was a hop there. So you can see that for Li Chongwei, that's like half and half, right? Clearly it depends on the situation. But in those situations, he does the hop sometimes. But when he does the hop, it's very high. It's like very bouncy and very quick. And that's why Li Chongwei is better than almost everybody else, and that's that. I think there are others who are praised by the professionals about their footwork. For example, like Li Xuanyi of Korea. And there are also others. Another interesting one to check is Taufik Hidayat. But I'm not going to do that in this episode. And this is a surprisingly short episode. It's less than 20 minutes. But I'm going to stop here. I hope this video helped to clarify some of the thoughts on the hop thing. And as to us as players ourselves, it really depends on who you are, depends on your habit. But I would say that if you can train not to try not to hop, you should try that. You should try not to hop, and only hop when you have to, when you need to. Okay, so this is Two Legs Better from Badminton Academy, and thank you for tuning in, and please subscribe and please share, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, have a great day.